We have a lot of work to do. This is a good start.
All right. Thank you for your time, Rachel.
Absolutely. All right. Let's take a look at the final draft lottery order. New Orleans Pelicans, second number 1 pick in their history. You've got the Grizzlies, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Cavs, the Suns, the Bulls. And Woj, you heard this might happen tonight.
I stood over behind our stage with Dave Griffin about 90 minutes ago. He looked me in the eye and he said, we're going to win this draft lottery. We're going to get the number 1 pick. And we're going to continue to work to convince Anthony Davis to stay here. It's not about talking in meetings. It's about showing him. And the whole narrative about Anthony Davis's future in New Orleans, I think, could be very different with Zion Williamson's arrival.
Man, as we said earlier tonight, the match is getting lit tonight, and the ripple effect is going to be crazy. Maria Taylor is with Zion Williamson right now.
All right, Zion, all eyes were on you several times. You looked a little nervous while you were sitting down. How do you feel right now?
Still nervous. I don't know why. I'm just still nervous. Maybe because, yeah, like you said, all eyes were on me. And I think it's a lot to take in because I don't know where I'm going to be.
Well, when you saw New Orleans got the number 1 pick, you didn't think for a second, oh, I could be in New Orleans?
It's definitely a possibility, but, I mean, it's not sure until it actually happens.
Have you ever been before?
I've never been.
Let's talk through your game and what potentially it could bring to whatever team you end up with.
It's my will to win, and whatever that team needs me to do, I'm going to be able to do it.
And we saw a guy named, Anthony Davis be picked by New Orleans with the number 1 overall pick. How does your game maybe compare to his and the ability that he had to make a difference in the league?
Definitely the versatility, the ability to block shots and rebound, and I think just want to win.
All right, well, Zion wants to win. He's still a little nervous, though, guys, but he knows potentially where he could end up now that New Orleans has the number 1 pick.
Thank you so much, Maria and Zion. I want to get your guys' quick reaction to the fact that he is most likely going to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, first of all, it's amazing that the new system that the NBA put in had this kind of excitement to it. Really remarkable in the first year, and I think it's got to make everybody feel good about the decision. But for David Griffin to step into this job and to say to you, Woj, that hey, we want to convince Anthony Davis to stay and have this happen, I mean, that's some nice cards for him to hold as we go toward the draft and to be able to make a case to Anthony Davis that New Orleans is where he should stay.
Especially with Julius Randle having that player option, too. You think about what that front court could be like with Zion Williamson and Anthony Davis if they can get him to stay. But I'm going to go down to the number 4 pick, too, Rachel. Everybody's talking about this being a 3-player draft. Now, there's some other formidable players. But if you think about the Lakers, it brings back value to the offseason again with free agency. You're not going to land a Zion Williamson, or R.J. Barrett, or a Ja Morant. You're right on the outside of that. You know, what's the next move for Rob Pelinka and also LeBron James?
Right, and even if New Orleans can't keep Anthony Davis and they have to trade him, they've jump-started their rebuild because they're going to get a great package back. And how about Memphis at number 2, an heir to Mike Conley at point guard, Ja Morant? That's going to the impact on that franchise can't be underestimated.
And to have R.J. Barrett potentially going to New York to play for the Knicks. I mean, that's an impressive move for that kid who is worthy of the number 1 pick. I mean, a year ago, he was the presumptive number 1 pick that was headed toward this draft.
Here are some headlines so you know what you're about to see. Tonight we find out which teams are going to get to cut to the front of the line in next month's draft. It used to be 3 teams, now it's 4 teams who could cop the order. And man, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Suns, they all have equal odds to get a shot at that top pick, and what a pick. We have projected number 1 overall pick, Zion Williamson, but come on, we can just cross that off, right? We all know he's the number 1 pick. It's time to meet the representatives for the teams who are on stage tonight. You see Celtics president Rich Gotham and Sixers president Chris Heck. Which one of these gentlemen gets the pick depends on where it lands. The Heat have sent NBA champion Alonzo Mourning. James Araujo, wrapping up his first year as the Hornets head coach, is here. Lakers forward Kyle Kuzma is here. He's trying to bring his team some luck with that jacket. The Timberwolves have sent a new president of basketball operations. Congratulations to Gerson Rosas, who just got that job. The Mavericks have sent their powerhouse CEO, Cynthia Marshall. She's here. For Memphis, they sent the man with, guys, the coolest nickname in the building, right? Elliott Sox Perry. Repping New Orleans. No one's backing me up on that, Elliot. I'm with you. That's a great nickname. Repping New Orleans will be the new EVP of basketball ops, David Griffin. Washington has sent Vice Chairman Raul Fernandez. Atlanta has sent a member of its ownership group, actress Jamie Gertz, hoping for more than less than zero tonight. And next up, the man who needs no introduction in Chicago, four-time champion, Horace Grant. Hold for applause. Last year's number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton, is here for the Suns. And the Cavs have sent their good luck charm. Nick Gilbert, the son of owner Dan Gilbert, is here tonight. And here, repping the New York Knicks, the legend, Patrick Ewing. A quick look at the percentages of the teams with the best chances to win tonight. We have the Knicks, the Suns, the Cavs, 14% odds for that number 1 pick. Your hometown Chicago Bulls, 12.5% odds for that number 1 pick. The other teams could hop up in the lottery, and hey, it's like any lottery. If you don't play, you can't win. And here we go. This is NBA Executive Vice President and Chief Security Officer Jerome Pickett. When you see him, you know it has gotten serious. And in fact, he is escorting the only man in this ballroom who knows the results of the draft lottery, Darrington Hobson from the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, delivering these sealed envelopes to the table right now. So the time has come, Zion. Take a deep breath. We've got NBA Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum coming to the stage, who will reveal the lottery picks of the 2019 NBA Draft.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and good luck, everyone. Pick number 14 will be made by the Boston Celtics.
All right, this was originally Sacramento's pick, but it goes to Boston. If the pick had been number 1 overall, would have been to Philadelphia, but Celtics, you've got it.
The 13th pick belongs to the Miami Heat. Picking 12th will be the Charlotte Hornets. The 11th pick in the draft will go to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow, that means the Los Angeles Lakers have moved up. Kyle Kuzma's lucky jacket worked.
And it gives the Lakers a chance to get another asset to go after Anthony Davis in a trade.
Wow, this is going to get interesting.
Pick number 10 will be made by the Atlanta Hawks.
All right, so the pick goes to Atlanta due to the Luka Doncic, Trae Young trade at last year's draft. Had the pick gone into the top 4, would have stayed with Dallas, but sorry, Cynthia, we got to give the pick up to Jamie Gertz.
The 9th pick goes to the Washington Wizards.
Wow, all right, this means the Grizzlies moved up. We have a double jump, Woj.
And this was the flattening of the lottery odds. We were going to see more action like this.
The 8th pick will be made by the Atlanta Hawks.
That means that New Orleans has moved up. We have chaos here, people. Absolute chaos. Dave, you're supposed to look more excited, David Griffin.
The 7th pick belongs to the Chicago Bulls.
Wow. So we know where Chicago will be drafting now. All right, that means the Lakers, Grizzlies, and Pelicans have moved up. 2 more to go.
Wow.
Pick number 6 goes to the Phoenix Suns.
So the Phoenix Suns have dropped out of the top of the lottery.
The idea, too, of New Orleans up that high, David Griffin's looking for someone to play with Anthony Davis, not to move him out.
1 more.
And the 5th pick will be made by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So the Cleveland Cavaliers have been hoping for their 4th number 1 pick in 9 years. They won't be getting there, but it does mean that the New York Knicks, Patrick Ewing, you're moving on to the next round. Here is the draft party in New York. I think they're going to be happy, guys, when we see them. What do you think when it flashes to the screen? I'm guessing happiness. There we go. Stop filming yourselves. You're about to get a top pick in the draft, whoever it is. It's going to be exciting. Coming up, the drama is going to continue. Patrick Ewing is cool as a cucumber, but we're not, because the top 4 picks of the 2019 draft will be revealed.
The NBA Draft Lottery is presented by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
here in Chicago. Zion, how you doing? You gonna be okay? Deep breaths, you're good? Oh, he's good. He gave us the thumbs up. We're in good shape. Check in on the draft parties, see how they're doing tonight. And let's look at our finalists for the number 1 pick. Representing the Los Angeles Lakers, their forward, Kyle Kuzma. Representing the Grizzlies, Elliott Sox Perry. I told you those Sox were lucky. And the Pelicans, David Griffin. And representing the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. We are down to the final 4. Let's bring in Commissioner Mark Tatum to seal this man's fate up here.
Thanks again, Rachel. The 4th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft goes to the Los Angeles Lakers. The 3rd pick goes to the New York Knicks. The 2nd pick will be made by the Memphis Grizzlies, and that means that the number 1 pick in the 2019 NBA Draft goes to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Wow. All right, barring a trade, New Orleans will pick first overall for just the 2nd time in franchise history. New Orleans selected Anthony Davis with the top pick back in 2012. Davis asked for a trade, but I don't know, guys. Now Zion Williamson might be coming to town. Look how happy David Griffin looks. Our Maria Taylor is standing by.
They make each other complete.
And we welcome in Zion and RJ. I love seeing you guys together. It's very clear how close y'all are. And you are going to need friends like that when you get into the league, especially you with the swirl, the cyclone of intensity around you right now. We were talking earlier today. There are so many people ready to call your name. This was the cover of the New York Post yesterday. It's not the sports page, friends. It's the cover of the newspaper. They have priests leading services praying for you to come to the Knicks. Similar stuff going on in other cities around the country. What does it feel to be like in the middle of all that?
It's a lot to take in, definitely. But I just want to say I appreciate the love that they're showing. And if I end up in that city, it's good. If not, I'll be happy wherever I go.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's just New York. I think there are prayer candles in Cleveland. I think there are people in Phoenix who are ready to lay out the welcome mat for you. What has it been like to see him go through all of this?
Man, it's great. You know, I see how hard he works. I see everything he goes through, and for him to, have remained humble this whole time through this process, I'm happy for him.
And don't fool yourself. There are people with RJ sort of tissues ready to go, inscribed, all of that kind of stuff waiting for you too.
I was going to say, back in the day, Dunleavy and I went 2 and 3 in the draft. And obviously you guys playing for Duke, the culture is so different. You know what I mean? Now you guys are going to go to a bad team. How do you plan on changing the culture of a bad franchise?
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I think just by having fun with it, like bringing excitement to it. I think when you bring excitement, makes your competitiveness go up, and you just want to win.
Zion, you played with John Morant growing up, and you also played with RJ at Duke. And a year ago, RJ was the presumptive number 1 pick. When you compare those two, if you've got the pick to decide between John Morant and RJ Barrett, who are you taking and why?
Who am I taking?
Ooh.
Wait, don't you go? Didn't you go to Duke?
You're supposed to be on my team.
You can't do it like that. You can't do it
I'm
like
asking you to be a GM. You're now a GM. That's how good you are. You're a GM now.
I'm a player.
That's it. See,
He's not taking the bait.
Already ready for the NBA. He's avoiding questions. I love it. You know, one of the things we talk about a lot of the time is fit, right? You can be a great player, but if you don't fit right on the right team. RJ, is there a particular kind of team that you think you would flourish and do the best in?
I feel like, my game, I could really play, with any playing style, with any team. I feel like I would be able to adapt to it. So, really anywhere.
This is something